Hello, everybody, and welcome to DM Writer's Room, the show where I realize that my chair is set a little bit too high and that it's made my frame weird, and then I set my chair back down. This is a show where we demystify the DMing process by coming up with monsters, magic items, dungeons, dragons, and all kinds of things live. And today we are staying true to that initial purpose, trying to create an adventure live here with you. Now, normally we try to pepper this with useful lessons and opinions that we have gathered from long years of playing Dungeons and Dragons, including such bangers as Spencer's making character rules, of having them have something tragic, something funny, and something cool. My firm belief that the best thing to do is to pick a random area of your world to get way too interested in and just chase that down for 10 to 15 minutes. And congratulations, there's probably an adventure in there somewhere. And Michael's never having DM'd before, but playing a player all the time and really liking when monsters do things that would make any player walk into traffic. Go back. I want it. Spencer, put in a supercut here someday in the future of all of the times that Michael says, what if it made it so that your speed was quartered? Just everything like that
Yeah.
that he peppers in. Just sort of chop, 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 chop. All
Well,
in
it
a row.
makes so much sense if it did that.
Today, our goal is to lean into that improvised elements of today's show while also taking advantage of the fact that it is October 28th. It is just a few days before Halloween. So our goal here is to make an absolutely terror-tacular horror adventure for which we are not allowed, for which we are banned from coming up with a core concept. We just have to get rolling immediately. We have to immediately jump in and see where it takes us as we try to find the plot of this horror adventure. That means I'm trying so hard not to think right now. That means that one of the three of us needs to say the first sentence, and we need to determine who that is going to be. Everybody grab a dice from somewhere nearby while Spencer changes the music. Probably a solid call.
There's dice.
I have rolled a 10 on D20.
17.
17 as well.
You two roll again.
Rollsies.
Rollies!
19.
19?
get?
Does 19 take it?
Yeah, I said 10.
Oh, wow.
Right.
A lot of doubles.
I have a small note card in front of me. Spencer, just tell us how this adventure of terror and triumph begins.
You and your party are sitting around at a bar table. One of you sets down a purse of gold coins and says, "We'll take a keg of ale." A door to the side bursts open. Somebody shouting.
All right. Somebody's shouting as they burst in. You've just paid an incredible... You asked for a keg of ale and you put down gold.
Yes. Too much of it.
What order are we going?
I'm going to say... I've got it. I'm going to say somebody bursts in and they yell, someone's robbed the carriage for the general store. The shipment, it didn't get here. It's lost in the woods, and eyes sort of whip pan to this huge bag of gold that you've just dropped on the middle of the table, as apparently there are vagabonds about. I don't know.
Brigands.
One of the not one of the patrons of this bar, courageous enough, after hearing it, says, it's them folks, it's them goblins." All on the table, as you find out you are all goblins.
Now that's interesting.
And the brawl your lives breaks out as you try to escape.
So, our camera cuts out to discover a party of goblins who have walked in with a bag of gold. We still don't know if that gold is actually from the carriage, and throw it down on the table. Spencer.
As combat ensues, if it seems that the party is about to kill someone, have another person enter the the bar. This person is the sheriff of this town, the, I don't know, marshal, whatever you'd want to call him. He walks through the big swinging doors, and he has several wounds. He had attempted to retrieve the wagon as it was barreling off down the road with the shipment, and he was attacked. Seeing the commotion, he yells, "What's going on here?" And one of the barmen who is attacking your group says, it was these damn goblins. They were the ones who took the shipment. We have the gold to prove it." And he says, "It wasn't goblins, you morons. It was 4 humans. I just ran them down." And he gets you out, essentially, of the situation. Probably one of you takes another punch on the guy they're about to kill. But the sheriff leads you out. This town is pretty destitute, all things considered. There's not a lot of money coming in, going out. Likely because there's like one shipment that comes in at a time. So he's desperate for the shipment to arrive at the town. And he enlists your help. You were able to take on an entire bar's worth of people, right? Why wouldn't you be able to take on these 4 dudes?
This is the start of Lost Mines of Phandelver a little. This is
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
We're swapping, we're role swapping Lost Mines.
So he says, "I need your help," and he leads you towards the wagon. Well, where the wagon was.
Okay, he leads you towards... We're trying to come up with an improvised adventure here, but we're trying to really improv it and not do what we normally do, which is just come up with it as a unit, but instead try to move full steam ahead.
Get one person at a time.
So, we start in a bar. The party puts down gold in exchange for ale. A guy runs in. He says, "Brigands on the road. Somebody has robbed the caravan." Our camera reveals that our party is entirely a group of goblins who are immediately ensorcelled in a brawl as they are blamed for the robbing. The reeve of the local settlement interrupts. He is clearly hurt from a fight with, it turns out, the 4 humans who robbed the wagon. You have all been misblamed. He takes you out and around so that he can talk to you and hopefully get your help. You see that the town is small and destitute. Your 4 gerbs go in pursuit. You didn't say he ran them down, so did he get these 4 guys or did he chase them?
No, he was running after them, and they pulled arrows and shot at him.
Okay.
And he got hurt.
He brings you across to the side and he says, "All right. I didn't want to make the rest of the villagers panic, but I have to tell you something. They were skeletons." It turns out that the 4 humans were skeletons that robbed this caravan. He'd probably be like, they were undead, pale of skin and dark of eye. You're like, yeah, for sure. You know that. And they can be ghouls, they can be skeletons. I love a ghoul.
No, they're fucking skeletons, baby. They were bone. It was Boneman who did it.
He didn't want the rest of the people to panic, and he says, there was something on the caravan, something they wanted. We're not sure what. Pass the ball to Michael. There was something on the caravan. These weren't people, these were skelly bones.
Yeah, there was something on. I don't know what it was, but I saw the faint glow of something magic tucked into one of the skeleton scarves. No, they tucked it into their scarf.
I have a really stupid idea.
But I wasn't able to keep up with them. What with the arrow that I took to the knee there. But they were headed into the forest towards the east. That much I know to be true.
We have a forest.
As goblins, that's kind of where you're from.
The children's
wood.
The Eastern Wood. You also know people don't like going in the Eastern Wood because there's a lot of monsters.
There's a lot of goblins there.
And of
There's
course,
a lot of goblins. There's a lot of monsters. It's not a good wood. It's bad woods.
and of course, great Gobtopia, the capital of the East, where all gobs come to make merry. It's a village.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's a camp. It's a couple camps.
All right, Spencer. So we've got monster-infested wood. Only us gobs are brave enough to live there. We still don't know where the fuck we got all this gold.
Through hard work, of course.
what do we call him? The Reeve.
The Reeve.
The Reeve says, so again, I'm not sure exactly what they were after. Maybe it was just the goods, but I doubt it because they're skeletons. If the party asks what the shipment contained, it was like fabric, some grain
And
to get them
glowing
through a colder
thing.
season. You see like a small amount of snowfall, not enough to stick. It's clearly getting colder and colder. In our world, it's probably like November. He says, so I know that you, and then he catches himself. He's like, are probably familiar with the Eastern Wood. And the goblins say, yes, we're from there. And he says, great, so you'll know your way around.
And then we
They
give
were
him
heading
a-
directly that way.
And then we give him a lollipop for avoiding doing a microaggression.
Yeah, exactly. And he's
Good
really
job.
cool about it.
Good job.
And he says, perfect. So you'll be able to go in, figure this all out, and bring it back to us. I'll offer you a bounty of, we'll say, an appropriate amount for the level that you guys are and the amount of people that are here.
Or you can go with my absolute certified classic. We don't have the money to pay you, but I have my father's sword. And you pull out some
Yes.
fucking +1 nonsense that can do a thing. And everybody goes, yeah.
I'll give you the sword. The goblins then respond. One of them was given this backstory before we started. He and the rest of the group are not allowed back into Goblin Town because they stole the Goblin Town coffers and came to this town. So if they're caught in Goblin Town, they're going to be in big trouble.
We're Goblin Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But with the promise of goods, they'll probably make do, and they'll go into the woods regardless, just avoiding Goblin Town.
You are goblin thieves. You are thieves escaping, or who knows? I don't know. Maybe you're goblin. Maybe you're goblin hood. Maybe maybe the king is a despot, and you were doing what you could, and you had to escape. Now you're drinking your sorrows. You've been evicted from your home. Who
Yeah,
can say?
you miss your family, your goblin wife and goblin children.
Your gobbo wife and your
Gob-
gobbo kids.
And your goblin dog.
And your goblin dog. Fun fact, in Pathfinder, there's a monster that is just goblin dog.
That's so good.
It's just its own thing, and it's just a goblin dog. Okay. We discovered that the party is goblin thieves, that you are being sent out to pursue these things. So you begin to head out into the woods. Let's say you haven't been in the woods for a little while. You've been in town trying to figure out what to do. You haven't come up with anything, hence drinking your sorrows, this unfortunate situation being what it is. You head out in pursuit of these brigandish skeletons. After patrolling for a while, you quickly discover that these things aren't just wandering around. You begin to theorize, you begin to wonder if perhaps whoever is commanding these creatures is scrying to see when carriages are approaching. So you come up with the genius, the only scheme that you can. You decide to pull a honeypot and make a fake carriage. You load it up with empty boxes, cheap linens that you have doctored in some way to look fancier. The wizard gob among you, staff in hand, minor illusions the cart to look expensive and shiny, and you begin to trundle down the road, knowing that an ambush is forthcoming where Skelebones will assault your caravan?
That's true.
Michael.
Yes. Sadly, though, the first creature you come upon are not Skelebones. It's the monsters of the forest.
Random again.
Yes, of course. Callback.
Yes. Yep. You are attacked by. Let's make it a little Halloween-y. Let's make it some werewolves. You're attacked by the werewolves. The werewolves of the west. The West Wolves.
They
The West
snap.
Wolves have been encroaching in the Eastern Wood, so there's sort of a territorial dispute here we have to keep in mind.
Mm-mm. But you are attacked by the werewolves of the West, which you don't know why they're here, but they are here. Um, I if you're able to we'll say kill or brutalize them, one will finally unwolf into the human form to spill his guts on information if you so choose.
Yes. Sven the coward will transform and say, "I'll tell you whatever you want to
That's
know."
Sven the coward. Spencer, that's the name of that's your next Magic the Gathering commander is Varen the coward.
It's already Norin the wary,
It's
and we're
Severin.
basically the same.
They have partner, but only for each other. It's just Severin the counter, and it's whenever Norin is in the game, Severin is out, and whenever Severin is in the game, Norin is out. All right. Oh, I don't know why I thought that jumped. I thought that was Spencer's contribution, and I was like, I thought you just did the name of the werewolf.
Norn.
I thought you did the name of the werewolf and went peace. It just passed.
Yeah,
that
Ethan,
up.
take it away. No, Michael is still going. I just wanted to say a bit about Sven.
And all he gets out is it's a necromancer. It's a necromancer as an arrow goes
A vampire.
through his throat,
He romances necks.
and that's when the Skelebros come in.
What the fuck was that? You motherfucker! You can't just slide that in. What the hell was that? A necromancer, a vampire. He romances next. You can't do that shit. All right, a skeleton's arrow whizzes through the air and kills this werewolf before he can tell you anything else. Spencer, spin a tail, you punny bitch.
This band of skeletons gives you no reprieve. They immediately attack you with no regard for their own safety. Unlike Sven and the other werewolves, they won't flee, they won't transform, they're not going to give up. You have to go back-to-back encounters here. This is going to be quite difficult. You can attempt to flee, but you're not sure exactly how much that'll get you, because this was sort of the plan all along. Find the skeletons. So if you defeat them, you can follow their tracks. If you don't, you're going to have to double back. So, you defeat the skeletons. Yahoo! You, after destroying them, find a sigil carved into the, skull of each of these skeletons, indicating the necromancer that is doing these ill deeds. It is somebody that the goblins are familiar with as sort of a known entity in the region. He has been running experiments for a long time in the area, using the monsters as a means to an end. You know that he has been amassing forces and has been waiting for the right opportunity to strike and take over basically the entire region. So it seems that maybe that time is now, if he's taking such drastic action.
Great. You speaking, confronting yourself, maybe making a history check, maybe making some connections, discover that this is, of course, the name of this necromancer is, of course, Osumancer Moriak Vile. And the reason that Moriak Vile carves that symbol in is the term Osumancer is not some invention of Moriak's addled mind. He comes from a different place, another realm, another time. It's hard to tell. He is always vague about his past. All you know is he comes from a place where undead are so common and so much a part of daily life that they bear maker's marks like clocks and pipes do. You mark it so that you can sell your undead into service in whatever grand and bizarre city he is from. And people will know that your workmanship is of good craft and make. As you begin to track the skeletons with the realization that this is Moriak, you, just as a scene I want to see, as you are continuing to move, if somebody's passive perception is adequately high, you notice one of the trees, one of these gnarled, slowly dying trees, their fall leaves mostly gone now. You notice that one of the eyes of this tree is open and is a bloodshot, sleepless eye. And when you see it, it closes. And you become aware that the Osumancer is watching you, saw whatever has just happened. you are being actively tracked now, which I like because it means you are anticipated. You aren't sneaking up on this guy's, dark tower. You are anticipated. They know that you are on their way. Do we want... First choice I actually want to make. Is it are we going up or down? Is it a tower or a dungeon?
If it's a fucking caster, it's a tower.
Yeah.
It's
I
got
think
a
tower.
tower.
Okay. We pursue this thread. It's not too hard to follow these skelebones as they disappear into the night. In the dark of the night, they will find you. As you continue on, eventually you discover. Let's lean in. Let's get silly with it. You discover the ossuary. You discover this Baradur of bones. This it's not the tallest tower in the world. It's not stupid. It's not like you can see it on the road on the way in. Let's say it's we're in an elven, ethereal forest of fantasy, so the trees are 20 feet tall. We'll say this tower is 3 stories tall. So it's tall enough that it goes above the trees, but if you're on the road, you can't see it. It's not like it, spires very high. Maybe it goes underground a little bit. You arrive knowing that you've been watched.
Can I make an alternate pitch?
No. Yeah, what is it?
This is just a redirect because we've established sort of Gobbo City as a problem. If the skeletons went through goblin territory to get there, we might have a goblin encounter with your former kinsman before getting to the tower.
All right, I'll add through Goblin Town. Down, down, Goblin Town, down, down, Goblin Town. Did anybody else here get down with the Hobbit cartoon? No, just me. All right, sick,
no.
great, cool. No, it's good. I knew that. That's why I brought it up because I knew it'd just be me. All right, Michael.
You'd be illuminating it for us.
I'm just helping. You know how it is.
You come upon the caster tower, the necromancer's tower. Is lightning abound.
Oh fuck yeah!
Magic coursing through your bones, but sickly magic.
Oh, sorry. Rewind for a second. The idea of your bones trying to be animated as you enter this dude's lair is crazy. That's so gross.
I'm gonna write bone magic wiggles your bones.
Yeah.
Something to take that a different way.
It's wiggling my bones.
I don't think they could. Unless you have a serious medical condition, but I wouldn't let anybody know about that.
You don't enter yet. As you come to the gates, you find we'll call it a trial, but a wordage on the gates. It is a riddle. The players have to figure out. It's trying to get the players to bring, let's say, 2 objects to the gate to open it. It's just magically sealed. You have to add the objects to open it.
All right. At the front gate with this riddle to be solved, the one answer is the exact amount of gold that the goblins have in their pockets after stealing from their goblin town. 400 fucking gold pieces. If they sacrifice 400 gold pieces, it'll go away and they'll never see it again. Sort of an entry fee for the wizard. And the second, Did they already get the sword?
It's a toll gate?
Yeah, which I think is hilarious.
They didn't get the sword yet.
Okay. Because the second would just be any magic item.
By the way, I just want to take the time to say I've been thinking about it over here. When he watches this in the future, James, I know that Hobbit reference killed with you, man. I know that played. And if it didn't,
also shout out James. We appreciate the comments.
Keep it up, big dog.
I know you're busy.
Keep it up, big dog. We busy.
If
Everyone busy.
If I can offer an idea for an object, the bone of a legendary creature.
Interesting.
All right,
you get to the front
guys.
door. It's like, give me 500 gold and find a fucking cool bone, or you're not coming in.
I fear we have made a fetch quest. We might need to
yeah.
rewind the tape. We might need
It's
to
a fetch
rewind
quest.
the tape.
It's a fetch quest, but it leads to possibly a cool monster fight.
Yeah, but it's still
Now-
a fetch quest. It's, hey, you walked all the way here, now go back in the woods, dummy. Like, in the Lord of the Rings, they're never like, but do you have the 4 stones of Talim Shell, Aragorn?
And then it could have been, the movie could have been 10 hours longer than great.
I don't know.
Now,
I'm getting nervous. The game design is starting to crumble. What's up?
Hear me out. You're looking at a wall of bones. We're gonna put that out there right now. I think the odds are pretty good that some of those bones are probably from a big legendary dragon. You find a big bone, you put it on there from the wall, it'll be like, yeah, mission accomplished. That would be
And
my
that's the
workaround as a
riddle.
player. Yeah, the riddle is it's all right here already. We already have it. You need to know where it is. That's the alternate pitch. Or it can just be you can climb over the bones. First of all, you don't need to pay the toll at the gate. It could be one or the other. Give us all of your gold, the 400 gold you happen to have in your pockets, or go out and get legendary bone. So that way, if the party's like, hell yeah, I want to go kill a legendary beast in the woods, they can go back and kill the legendary beast in the
Guys.
woods. Otherwise, they can pay gold.
They can't just fight a fucking bone Hulk and then go inside. We have to you guys want to go in a completely unrelated direction and make a different adventure, right? They can't just fight the bone twins, like 2 skeletons with related abilities. We have to do a whole side bit. All right,
Okay,
motherfuckers. No, I'm
if
taking
we're-
No.
if we're
I'm
at the front
taking it
gate,
now.
hear me out.
It's too late. It's too
No,
late.
it's still there. We get up to the front gate.
I'm
The
hanging a
bone
call.
twins are sitting in twin parapets on top of the gate, shouting down, if you want to get in, you have to pay us. And then you have to say, we don't have anything to pay you with. And they say, smells like you've got 406 gold in your pocket, dummy. Give me 406 gold, you can come in. And then you say, fuck you, bone twin, I'm not doing that. And the bone twin says, fuck you, buddy. And then they jump down there, you're going to have to fight. You can pay him, you can go in, or you can fight the bone twins.
I don't know. What last I heard, we're doing a legendary bone fetch quest, and I guess we need to turn our tail and come up with the Basilisk of Kador Fang or some shit for you to spend 9 episodes and a movie going off into the fucking woods to look for. We need a whole anime tie-in with Fortnite just to get that quest done. No, I think, listen. Oh, God.
No, go ahead. No,
Now
go
I-
ahead.
now-
Say
now I
say
need to-
something nice about it.
No, we need to pick between, okay, so we take a hard left deep into Whimsy. As the Bone Twins, as fucking as like Sternum Word and Bone Word are like, well, riddle-dee-dee, you must answer our questions 3. All right,
Yes.
what's the question? Give us your fucking money. What? Give us the money. That's question 1. Empty your pockets. And it's like, what the hell? What? No, we're not emptying our pockets. Well then, why does it look like you can't get inside? That's question 2. Because the gate's locked? Are you sure you don't want to give us your money? Question 3, idiot. So we take a hard left into Gooftown. The Bone Twins.
Question 1. How much gold do you have? 400 gold. Question 2. Give me your money. No. Question 3. Fuck you.
Question 3, get bent. Bone Twins. Yeah, no. All right, so you duke it out with the Bone Twinzos, who are there, ready at a moment's notice to
They're the
confront
only
you.
bit of levity in this entire
Mhm.
campaign, by the way.
No, listen, man, we made 9 horse gods last time. We know what kind of channel this is. We know what kind of channel this is.
They were the king's jesters
we
before
see
they
that-
were turned into bones.
But we see that the
Yes.
gate does call for a legendary bone to open it. We see some large sort of twisting key. As you deal with the bone twins, you cannot help but notice after the fact that one of the bone twins was attacking you with his like sharpened forearm, and that the other one's hand was carved into like points that they were using as daggers. And you realize if you take the forearm from the one and the bones of the other, it makes a key. Put that in the lock, turn it. All right, there you go. You have to kill the bone twins to make your way inside. Somebody reading the adventure later is like, what the fuck? Why did the
fuck is this about?
The necromancer has to kill them every time he...
No, he just says do
No,
it.
Or maybe they
do
just
it.
do it. This is weird. This is strange.
Dude, necromancer just tell him to do it.
The bone key lets you inside, and you are now in the beautifully appointed interior of this terrible... like necromancer's hovel, this tower of twisting bones. Aesthetically, I think we need to go in the like Doom Eternal direction. I don't think this can be cozy, or the analytics here get too weird. I think you go in and you see woodland creatures that can only be described as having been shucked that are sort of across the room. I think you see like like there are pelts tanning in the living room, which smells horrific as you're making your way around. You see rotten and ratted scrolls tucked into the walls, many of which are written on the vellum that is being made on the tanner's racks behind you. As you begin to poke around, the question that I am left with, that I will leave to my successors, is why aren't we being assaulted by the ossuaric armies of a necromancer? What is the grand distraction? Is our necromancer not in? That's my next question. I kick the ball to Michael.
The necromancer is definitely in at the moment. It's just, this is the first floor. This is the viewing area. It's meant for guests.
The people who paid the 400 gold toll are allowed into the first floor. Everybody knows that. You don't get attacked.
Now wait a minute. Now, when you go in, is there like a commemorative lemonade stand with... How deep are we going? Is there... Can you get the commemorative cup that's in the shape of a big bone with a handle for $20? Like, is it a tourist trap?
You don't get lemonade, but you do get a free Christmas ornament that is a bone.
Christmas. So this guy celebrates Christ.
Yeah, for sure. No, I do like the idea. I don't think we should actually do this, but I do love the idea that you walk in and a skeleton besides the door is like, "Welcome to Boneland," and he hands you like a little bone charm bracelet. It's like, "Have a wonderful stay," and you're like, "This is crazy right away."
Don't go to the second floor.
You're not allowed off this floor.
Yeah,
having a skeleton there just to say that is pretty fun.
I do think there is something interesting there. I think we can go ahead with, you enter in, the first floor is like strangely, as much as it's like gross and sort of crammed and cramped with these things, the skeleton does nothing to accost you, and if you go to speak to it, it is just like, "You have paid entry, guest. You are welcome to the study." And you just aren't allowed to leave the room. Once you try, you have to deal with, shenanigans.
And that skeleton who greeted you and said you're welcome gets all the little bones. If you go up to the second floor, they all connect onto this one skeleton. He becomes a skeleton Hulk, and then you have to fight him.
I will say you are allowed onto the second floor if you give up one of your bones.
400 more gold to go to the second floor, buddy.
All right, guys.
Pay up.
Now, wait a minute, because now what we've made is a very funny bit adventure about microtransactions, and I don't know how I meant to feel, but...
The scariest thing of all!
I want you guys to think about the outside mechanics. We have made a Dungeons & Dragons app game. You start the game with 400 gold bucks that are the special currency. You immediately need to use them to progress the plot, and then to do the next part of the plot, you need 400 more gold bucks.
or you give one of your good old bones.
You sacrifice one of your friends, you use all of his bones, and you're allowed to go up to the next floor.
I fear we may have gone slightly off the rails.
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah, no, We won't do the bones.
Do we need
if
to-
you try to go to the next floor?
Unfortunately, I'm looking at the list. Our goal is to make a horror adventure. I think to make a horror adventure, we would have to rewind
Nailed
to
it.
the start. I think we would have to start over from the beginning.
I think. Yeah, there were
I-
a few. There were a
It
few
got
turns where
silly
things got a little
instantly.
weird.
It got
I
silly 3
did-
seconds after it started.
I did open my mouth and make every player a goblin. That's
That's
on
I
me.
think where the first twist on horror came.
I
In
do
my head,
apologize.
when I'm like, you know, gothic body horror or whatever. That's what we're in. And then all the people are goblins. Maybe it stops being quite so serious when it's goblins.
It's a little bit. It's the survivor adventures of it all. You're like, this isn't my PC. This is just some GURB. Like I'm just playing
Yeah,
a
I'm
random
just chilling with this
character. The
guy.
stakes are low. I think at this point we need to sort of lean into a kind of Halloween-y,
Yes.
This is true.
a sort of Hubie Halloween style whimsy.
I can't wait to watch Hubie Halloween. 3
3
days.
Not.
3 days and I'm watching it, boys.
Stop.
Everybody at home, if you haven't watched Hubie Halloween, it's the perfect Halloween movie.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay. So you arrive in the tower. You make your way into the interior, and sure enough, there is a creepy but open to visitors part, which I guess makes sense. It is kind of funny if it's like, no, I mean, this guy does get visitors. He has to get inside himself. He has to get groceries in or whatever. As you begin to look around, you notice that some of the bones that are stuck in the walls are like watching you. As you move by, you get this grand sense that this entire tower is alive. Like there are these little specimens and oddball things. You see many signs of this person's history as a necromancer. I do think, as much as the like silly haunted house of it all, I think that when the party, if we're gonna lean in, let's lean in. I think as the party goes to get up onto the second floor of this tower, which didn't seem tall enough to be the tower of a terrible necromancer, I think the staircase slants the other way, and you fall down a whimsical slide into the belly of this tower. As you fall, you arrive at the bottom of a pit full of bones, and, you know, gristle and keepsakes. You get this distinct impression that you are looking at the like leftover husks of the people who have also come in here and fallen for this trap. It is their bones and their clothes and their jewelry and their fillings, but no flesh or blood anywhere. And you begin to hear skittering, and you know, you begin to hear like, and these massive monstrous versions of carrion beetles start to like pour out of the walls in swarms.
Not what I thought it was gonna be. I
There.
thought it was going to be a flesh monster.
I have effortlessly returned us to the
Flesh
soft
round.
shores of vaguely scary Halloween. You're welcome. I just kicked and made the loudest noise in the world. You're welcome. You're welcome, future people. James, that
Discord
one's for
saved
you.
us. Discord like attenuated that to be a little quieter.
YouTube did.
Mm.
YouTube, we heard it all. They got to hear it in a high def.
Yeah.
Our
So like we're getting
producers,
attacked by beetles. They eat flesh and blood.
yeah,
Okay.
carrion beetles,
Gross.
but big nasty ones.
How big are we talking?
Big dog,
Big. Oh,
mastiff.
that is gross.
Yeah, big dog.
Yeah, this starts off the trial of ascent, I would say. The beetles amass. If you're able to fight them, you do. I'd say, if you're able to beat them and keep some of their their scales, you can use it as armor. It probably makes very good armor.
Everybody listening now knows what it's like to play with Michael. Which is, he's like, can I take the teeth? I'm like, yeah, man, fucking roll a medicine check. I'm like, yeah, for
I've done
sure.
some cool stuff with teeth.
Yeah, roll that check. Fuck, man, whatever. Yeah.
I was doing weird. It's just fun to do weird shit. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Let's say that there are five floors you have to ascend.
All right.
It's not all monster fights, but I will say the second fight. Sorry.
Pause.
Sorry, that made me nervous. I was like, wait. I was like, wait.
But the sex floor, you're never gonna guess what happens
Yes.
on it.
It's called a dungeon for a reason.
So floor number
Yes.
1 is carrion beetles. Please tell us about the second floor.
The second floor are going to be I have you ever seen a fox wolf or sorry, not a fox fox bat?
No.
No. Sounds bad.
They're big. They in our world they really just go for like bugs and fruit. They look like some of the nastiest things. They're like my torso in height.
Okay. So floor 2 has terrifying bat monsters. That's good to know. I wonder what they're doing here.
They've been locked up. They want to be free, but they're not allowed.
Don't do
out
that.
Of the bone.
Don't do that. You just made friends. You said monster, and then you made them kidnapped bats. Nope. Can't be that. If it's a fight, they're not kidnapped bats. Sorry, you
Okay.
mean the party's 5 new best friends? Sorry, you mean the druid's 5 new familiars? No, thank you.
We roll up on the necromancer with a bunch of bats.
Sorry, you can't do that.
Every floor is a potential ally if you know how to talk to them right.
The bats can be
We can't
prisoners.
do that.
The bats can be prisoners if floor 2 is a lab and they are being experimented on and they are giving you
100%.
bad directions, or they need to be evil necromancer bats that kill you. They can't be trapped evil bats.
The real
look-
thing is they can the beast bat creatures that you have to fight could be like evil bats regardless that are also there to be experimented on. So you're like, we'll free them. We know what we need to do. We'll get them out of there. And then you like unlatch the manacles on them and the bats bite the fuck out of you.
It's a
They're
funny
still wild
subversion.
animals.
If it's like, hey, that's a wild giant fox bat. Like they're not your
Shouldn't touch
bud.
it.
They're not your best friend.
That's
Yeah.
my pitch. They are
Yeah.
locked up. You can free them, but they'll attack you. They're not
Yeah.
chill.
I like that.
That's okay. It's floor 3.
Floor 3.
I'm trying to get in my own head like each floor is accomplishing something.
Yeah, so floor 1 is where bodies, they fall down, the flesh gets consumed, and we're left behind with bones and treasures. Floor 2 is the experiment chamber with the bats, which I think makes sense. This necromancer makes his way into the basement, he grabs bones, he goes back up to the experiment floor, he does experiments. So what's the next floor? So when he's going back up, where's he going?
Floor 3, failed experiments. Failed experiments. Just things that are too crazy to be commanded, things that just don't function right. Just like gross experiments.
The skeleton with skin.
Yeah.
It's like a
why
reverse
you just made a
R&D
guy.
lab. Sorry, the thought that he tried to do it backwards and one of the cages has an undead that's no bones, that's everything but the bones, is just a bag of guy, and it's like, hey, that's the worst thing I've ever seen. This
No.
sucks.
Hear me out. In one of the cages is a guy, and he's like, let me out, let me out. The party goes up, they let him out because I think it's just a dude. He's like, my name's Roy. And they're like, okay, we'll get you out, Roy. They open it up, and Roy goes, yeah, you've fallen for my trick, and he attacks you. He is a skeleton with a flesh suit on. I think is very fun.
Not fully commanded skeleton. Not a skeleton that it's like, no. I took over the skeleton. Roy is trapped in a prison of his own mind.
And if you failed enough wisdom checks when you first walked into this place and you got the bone tingles, that would have been
This
you.
is the fate. This is what happens. Failed experiments. I'm writing Meat Man.
Boy.
We got Meat Man, we got Meatless Man, we got...
Sorry, can I say the fact that if this was really comic booky, the fact that you would walk up and it would be like the super secret skeleton spy and it's a guy, you let him out and then it's like, I'm a skeleton deep down inside, and he stabs you with a knife. It's so funny. It's just like,
Surprise.
that's the dumbest. Wait, it's like, no, you don't understand. You are a body with a skeleton. That's a skeleton with a body. It's not the same.
Yeah. The vibes are not the same. You don't get it. If you detect magic on him, he's undead. Like, there's necromantic magic on him. He's not alive. You can't heal him. You can't do any of that. He just has a flesh suit.
Absolutely horrifying. Right, so I'm taking floor 4 then. We get past the failed experiments. We get to floor 4.
If you're lucky, you escape Roy.
Yeah, he's taking a few people with him.
Yeah, you're down to 2 goblins at most.
I think this is the actual... So this isn't the, like, research... bubbling green ichor lab, and it's not where failed experiments are sort of tucked away, because I assume the failed experiments are not destroyed, so that means he must be like, I can figure this out. This guy's
we'll
like, no,
there.
I can crack this. He's like continuously trying to crack it. So I'm gonna say the next one is his actual workshop for making functional skeletons with fully, ambulatory joints. I think that this is where he actually does his work, and I like the idea that there was no monsters here. I kind of like the idea that this is like a beautiful woodworking shop. It's like in stark contrast to everything else. This is a well-maintained, well-cleaned space. I would almost be tempted to go so far as to have there be like a portrait on the wall of like this necromancer, young, and like an old-looking, like, Meister who has taught him, like, a master to his apprentice in his early years, like, standing there. I like the idea that it's like, no, the rest of the house has gotten goofed up by the necromancy, but the thought that it's like, but you can tell as you walk in, this room is, like, very well maintained. There is a diligence here.
And do you know what you find in this room? Sorry, I have to throw this pitch in there before we miss it.
You're good.
You find the shipment of lumber that was in that caravan that got stolen. He just needed wood for his shop, guys. That's all he was after. Because we never established why he wanted that wagon, and now we have an answer.
Perfect.
You think it's for some other thing, but it's there is some rare artisanal wood. Now, he did still kill a bunch of people to get it, so let's be super clear about
he's
that.
evil. This guy's so fucked up, you gotta kill him.
But you see this beautiful, like, mahogany cherry wood or whatever, and it's like, damn, what the hell? It's like, yeah, that's why
that poor town.
He killed them for this. He killed them for wood. It's crazy. I did my thing. I did the workshop. I'm done.
Oh, yeah.
And the fifth and final floor,
which is
back
on the first floor.
Yeah, is a 400 gold transactional.
Give me 400 gold and you can go into the building proper, idiot.
Another microtransaction.
No, I think it's the butler. Is the butler who has amassed the bones of power. The bones of brutality.
Fell down there, and he needed that time for all the rat bones and stuff to affix to his body. I see.
I have delayed you enough, you poor fool.
You see the last rat bone scurrying up and locking into place for his Voltron. That's very cool.
Boss
Michael,
bones.
I didn't mean to cut you off. It just I realized the connection. I liked it.
Yeah. But yeah, you had to fight him. Strong skeleton now. Candles in his eyes to make him look spooky.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
This is all really powerful stuff.
Does that give him dark vision?
Yeah.
He doesn't have eyes. He has blind vision.
You know what I think is really
Blindside.
funny? He doesn't have dark vision. He just projects a cone of light. He just projects like a knife. It's so funny. It's just like there's just a 90-foot cone of light. It's like what the
funny.
fuck?
It's like Moonbeam, but with fire damage.
That is so funny. The idea. I gotta say though, I know if Spencer was running this adventure without anyone else here and no one was listening, I know for a fact that you would fight the Bone Twins outside. You would slide all the way down to the 5th floor. You'd get back up to the floor before the main floor. Who is it? It's the Bone Twins again, baby. Riddle-dee-dee and piddle-dee-pee. Bet you did not expect to see me and me. 400 gold, please.
So good. So good.
You have to fight them again. It's like, son of a... No. If you get your way to the end, you get up to the necromancer, you're slugging it out at the top of the tower. He steps back. I have no choice but to summon my two most loyal and perfect creatures. He summons the Bone Twins again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too good.
Also, if I could change something, I'd go back. I'd make more microtransactions, and I would make them all. You have 1,000 gold. Your goblins have 1,000 gold. I'd make 5 microtransactions. Each one is 200 gold pieces. So at first you're like, that's fine. We've got 1,000 gold. We'll just pay it and we'll go in. You pay the 200. You get to the next one. It's like 200 gold. And you're like, oh, fuck.
It's also...
But you pay it. You're like, it's still okay. But as you go, you're like, oh, fuck. At the end, tapped out. All the gold has been spent.
It's also very funny to start a one-shot and be like, wait, why did he give us 1,000 gold? What do you mean? There's nowhere to spend money in town. And the shop is closed, and then you just start getting hit with two, and you're like, what the fuck? Did you give us 1,000 gold just so that we'd have to pay it to all these doors?
It would be one of the bits that I do in my game for a home game of goofs. So I would put that in there.
It's just too good. So you get through, you fight the Bone Man, you fight Boss Bones, you get back to the main floor. You are back on floor 1. There's only 2 floors above you, so we've got to be heating up on the Necromancer fight, unless there is another equally whimsical twist yet a-coming. How do you get up to the 2nd floor? Do you climb the
First off,
bookcase?
if you go up the stairs, you're gonna fall to the basement again. You're gonna have to go back up again. Just putting that out there.
I just remembered that it's my turn, and that I can't just ask a question like I normally do when I'm stumped.
No, it's me. I just made a joke about 200 gold pieces.
Oh, see, I thought that was you again. I thought you were like, come on.
No, I was doing bits. Yeah, you go up. If you go on the stairs, you're falling to the basement again. You have to go back up. It's going to be arduous.
Extremely fun.
Otherwise,
all the encounters Dark Souls style. All the encounters respawn,
back.
including the boss skeleton. It's like, fuck.
That's the problem with fighting undead. They just come back. Yeah, if you like climb the banister, you can get up there. So it's an easy trap to avoid. You just have to think to do it. You get to the 2nd floor. 2nd floor, you know what the problem is? I want it to be a House of Mirrors because I think House of Mirrors are really funny, but they're never good.
But it's also
they
like
never do anything.
It's also like, hey, why? What's that doing here?
He thought that it'd be a fun addition when he opens up the second floor for people for like a higher tier of payment, but it's just not.
It is really funny to imagine the person. This is the kind of guy who buys a secret bookshelf for his library in his house, and then a few weeks later is like, now I just have a pain in the ass door. What?
Yeah.
I don't have anybody. There's no one breaking into my house looking for my treasures. Like, why did I do this?
I say he has the Room of Mirrors just because he's vain. He thinks he's hot. He likes looking at himself.
Now that's a big swing. This is his enjoyment area. He gets to view himself. Here's what I want to do. I want to place a treasure chest somewhere in this floor that has the amount of gold that the goblins stole and a little extra, so they can go back to Goblin Town. They can pay off their debts and they can be wiped free of the terrible things that they've done. So this is going to be like just where this guy lives. Like, he has to have a home section of his evil tower.
Just 2 floors left. Yes, this is just his house, or
yeah, this is his house.
The house of an evil and nefarious, nasty necromancer.
Yeah, but we've realized maybe there's some more backstory to him. He grew up under that Meister's tutelage. He's probably got some nice furnishings in here. Probably pretty chill. If you ransack, you get a bunch of gold.
So this is like his living quarters.
Yeah. And I'm going to be so for real, we can't put another combat in here because if we do, that's too many combats for a group of adventurers in a day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. You can explore, you can steal all the shit, you find some more information out about them. But mostly it's just kind of a chill place to take a short rest.
And then I guess we'll call the last section, you know, the fucking casting chambers or whatever. Our last section needs to be where it's Cerebro, where this guy casts Scry.
Yeah, the war room.
Yeah, it's like a big crazy with like permanent spells. I always love it when there's a bunch of spell circles permanently engraved on the ground. I always think that's very cool. Like a very active used space. The last floor was kind of, you know, necromancer dirty, where it's like, oh, it's all dusty and there's bones and there's a heart on the tray and it smells of sulfur. This room is like thick unguents and powerful incenses fill your nostrils as you enter through the door. You know, you make your way inside to find the necromancer kneeling, casting a spell to summon the bone twins from outside again. The bit for me, for real, at the end of this adventure, because we have set up that he is like an Osiomancer of Moriak Vile of a distant land, and you had to navigate all this crazy security. Like, he had a thing that dropped you down to the 5th floor, and he's been constantly making an army of skeletons. I would have you pop in the door and have him be like, so, Ariax the Vile, you finally... Who are you? Like, it fully stopped. Like, this big purple flame, and it goes out. Wait, who the fuck are you? What? There's a... Mortimer, there's some goblins in here. You hear the twitching of the dead butler's bones. He's like, what, did you kill did you disanimate Mortimer? What the, who are you? Did Zornayak? And like the purple comes back. And it's like, no, you robbed a caravan or whatever. That would be the bit for me. It's a combat no matter what, but I wouldn't be able to get away from the bit of him being like, who the hell are you?
I'm going to hit you with a secondary bit. First of all good with that. The tower, we had you fall to the basement, and then there's only 2 floors. I think that from the outside, the tower looks very big and imposing. When you get to the 2nd floor and you look up, it's like 10 stories of scaffolding, and it's totally empty. He just made it look like a super imposing tower. So anybody who tries to sneak in through the top, they open the window and they just fall, thunk, hit the ground.
It is very funny if it has like a very high vaulted ceiling, and he's just like, I thought it didn't look very good from outside. We have to be careful. We can't make this guy fun.
So stout.
We can't make this guy fun. If he's fun, he's a friend. We can't do it.
I mean, you saw all the terrible, you know, shit that he gets up to. You still got to kill him. He's still a necromancer doing bad stuff.
Yeah. You might want to be friends with him. He doesn't want to be friends with you.
With that,
and he has plans to take over Goblin City next. You have to stop him now.
Not a big model of Goblin City on the 2nd floor, but with like a bunch of casinos.
yes, excellent. The perfect microtransaction opportunity.
Oh God, it's too good.
It's run by a bunch of skele bros.
With that,
all the dealers are skeletons.
I have an idea. Hear me out. I know that you don't say no right away. Have you ever heard of the blockchain?
like he just really leans in. You're like, oh fuck.
I can sell you. No, come back. It's a non-refundable sum.
He's on a scry call with the chief goblin, and he's like, unfortunately, I think that we're going to have to accept. We've lost all of the gold. We've surplused these years, so we have to take his offer. We have to sell the rest of Goblin Village, and it's all your party's fault. So you gotta make it right. Make it right.
The skeleton's just like, I gotta do at least 10,000. As you just sort of make your way through this scene of him being like, yes. So I think with that, unfortunately, we have reached the end of our tale of adventurous weary woe. You make your way to the top. You kill the Osiomancer, dispatching with him. And our second
deeply, deeply serious, terrifying, gothic Halloween adventure comes to an end. The first one ended with 9 horse guards, and the second one ended with an NFT Zoom call skeleton. Guys, we're so good at writing horror. The 3 of us. We've got the
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
chops, we've got the will, we've got the vigor. We can't be stopped. We have an unfathomable 20 minutes. So
Are we gonna make casino gods or?
Well, I was thinking we have an incredible amount of bit runway time here.
What bit do we want to do?
I don't know. Well, we should start with one and then see where we go from here. I think Halloween character creator is probably going to be our next sort of major choice. It's either that or we span up a quick game of Magic that we try to rip through in 19 minutes, which I don't think we have on us. What would be the horror equivalent? What would be the Halloween? If we're going for pure terror, it's what, 3 mono blue? It's a full table of like mono blue players. It's just like no one gets to play
No one's-
Magic for 2 hours. Yeah, maybe that's the.
No one's casting anything. They're just waiting with full mana.
Last Friday, I was at a Magic store here, and I watched a commander pod of 5 people who I don't know if they were friends when I arrived. When they started, they weren't friends when I got there. They weren't friends when I got there. They were having 2 of the guys were still having a lot of time because they were both desperately losing. They never got anything off the ground. The other 3 dudes were being profoundly toxic and competitive in a way that is hard to describe. Catherine leaned over like 5 times and was like, "What the fuck is going on?" One of the dudes kept insisting that he didn't want to take plink damage because he was like, "It's commander, I have 40 life, it doesn't matter." Like, it was crazy.
What?
It got deeply, deeply unhealthy in that store.
That's crazy. Somebody roll me a D100.
All right, I've got my dice right here.
Go, gadget.
Dice.
I also do.
41.
Nice.
Too slow, Miguel.
41. Let's
41. Oh, Pop Culture Character Creator is a show where we take a major figure of pop culture, or in this case, horror media, and we attempt to make them using the game system Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Spencer, let us know who we got.
Frankenstein. We have Frankenstein himself, the doctor.
Oh, Victor.
Yeah,
Okay.
Victor Frankenstein.
Wow.
Now, it's gonna be hard for me to come up with a pitch that's not, I would say, the most obvious to me.
I got one. I got an outside the box one. I'm ready. I'm ready right now.
Okay.
Think of outside the box one.
I'm ready
gonna rip.
now. I hope
I'm
none of
gonna
us say
rip-
the obvious one.
I'm gonna rip Alchemist.
Yeah, boo.
No, let me go back. I'm gonna do Artificer, but not Alchemist. Armorer. I think that instead of like making a bunch of potions and tinctures, that's not what Frankenstein gets up to. He's blasting a dead body with electric to make it ambulatory. I think that Frankenstein is just the suit of armor that Dr. Frankenstein
Animated armor.
creates.
Fun vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
fun
And
That's
that's
fun.
Frankenstein. That's my pitch.
I'm gonna hit you with a Death Domain cleric. I think he's got the wisdom. I think he's trained up. I think he's ready to bring your loved one back, one piece at a time.
One Piece.
One, no, the One Piece. The One Piece is real. No, yeah, I think he's ready. I think he's ready to bring your loved ones back one piece at a time, nice and slow, because I think that's what he would be in the world. I think if we were to port him directly, that's what he would be.
I like that.
Like it. If you give me 1 second. You did take what I was gonna do. So
No, I have another.
makes
I have a
sense.
backup.
no, all good. I think I got something.
I'm gonna love it if
Now
if none of
I'm
us
gonna
say
give
the
you a
other.
backup pitch. This is not a D&D class. So I'm
Oh.
gonna do this while Michael's doing his research. Michael, feel free to ignore me.
Yeah.
I think that Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster are perfect JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stand user and
Yeah.
stand.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there. If I
That's fun.
were a different person and I like cosplayed and I had friends who cosplayed, going as Dr. Frankenstein with his stand, Frankenstein's monster, in like JoJo's Bizarre inspired costuming in universe, I think would be very, very fucking funny.
The thought that fucking Victor von Frankenstein rolls up and he's like, "Me and my stand, young Frankenstein." Frankenstein in the background is really powerful. It's just good stuff.
Michael, I hope that bought you enough time while I talked about
It
JoJo's
had-
Bizarre
it
Adventure.
had- it
An
was-
anime that I don't watch, by the way, for anybody who's curious. I don't really enjoy JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I've seen a couple seasons. I didn't love it.
I'm the opposite of everybody I know. I like early season JoJo. I'm not huge on late season JoJo. Early season
Really?
JoJo was weird in a way that I was more into.
They were in the desert for a long time, and I just didn't care.
And that's where I start to me, this is so funny because it's no one else's opinion I've met. George Joestar and Jonathan Joestar and Joseph Joestar are my favorites. It's Joestar 1 and 2. Why? Because Jonathan is 9'9" and 500 pounds, and a vampire gives him a sword that says luck on it, and he goes, "And I add P to give you Palak," and hands it to him, and the whole thing just bangs beginning to end. And then Joseph has one of my favorite speeches in all of anime, which is, "Don't you see my plan? Do you see his legs? Do you see how they've been destroyed by those grenades I threw? And do you see my legs? I do, Jojo. Do you see how fit and trim they are? Yes? I'm gonna use my legs to get the fuck out of here!" And he just runs away. It's the funniest thing that's ever happened in a piece of media. Michael, how you doing?
Pretty good. I am Warlock with the subclass. Where'd it go? Sorry. Where
I
is
mean,
it?
I know which one, I hope.
Oh. I'm thinking the undead.
Yeah, the Undying. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Sorry, Undying,
Franken's-
yes.
Adam, first son. Yeah, no, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
None of
Warlock,
us,
Undying.
hey, we're all dipshits. None of us said the intelligence-based necromancer wizard. Good job, guys. We're
Fuck
all
no.
idiots. We didn't do it. It was right there. That's what I thought Spencer was going to do, and then he went artificer, and my first thought was, yeah, no shit, Ethan. You should have thought of artificer. Didn't even occur to me for a second. I was thinking necromancer all day.
Okay, what other... We made up a few extra bits, but I don't recall them besides They Say You Say I Say.
I
We had a
have
couple
one.
others.
I have one that I think we can do because we can all open it in a separate window while I explain it, and I think it'll have a small enough. I don't think we have to take a long sort of break here to do it. So here's what I'm gonna offer. Everybody go to D&D Beyond, not a sponsor. And I want us to take a look at 9th level spells. Maybe we'll limit it to 9th level necromancy spells. I'll tell you in a minute. I don't think there's that many 9th level spells in the game, so I think that this is something we can
There's
do
like 15.
pretty easily. Okay, they do take up 2 screens. That's because of legacy. So make sure that you don't have source category, do core rules.
Yeah. It looks like
Alright.
it's 22 spells.
We're gonna snake draft 9th level spells.
Okay.
So everybody
Here.
get that open in the side column. I'm gonna explain what this is. It's very simple. We're just gonna go around the corner. I'll kick things off. Or I don't know, we should roll to see who gets to kick things off. We're gonna roll to see who gets it first. And what you do is you pick a spell. And that's your spell and no one else gets to take it. And then we just sort of
Okay.
swing back and forth.
we
The
gonna do
benefit being
rollies
if
for
you're the last
first?
person in the cycle, you get to pick twice in a row. But if you're the first person, you get to pick the literal first spell. So
Yeah.
it's just 9th level, and then in advanced filters, make sure source category is core rules, just that we don't need to deal with a bunch of legacy spells.
I'm just trying to find the core rule part.
If you just look up
Source
Fifth
category.
edition,
There we go.
source category, he's
Yeah.
got it. All right, everybody go ahead
There
and
we go.
roll your
Ooh.
d20. 15.
I got a 3.
10.
15. I got first. Yeah, I
And
mean,
so-
listen, guys. Listen, guys. We all knew it. It's right there. We can't avoid it. We can't run from it. First in snake draft, I'm taking Wish. I'm taking Wish. I'm taking Wish. I basically don't even get to. I mean, it's not even a choice.
Let's see. Is somebody marking these down? I have nothing to write stuff on. By me.
I can try.
Let's see. And what are we just trying to get the strong
Whichever you think are best. Which one do you think is the best after Wish?
Gotcha. I gotta go with the big dog. Power word kill.
Power word kill. Power word kill. It's an absolute classic. It's an institution. Power word kill is. It's how you make players nervous. It's how you deal with clerics. There are many, many moons, and all of them shudder before the power of power word kill. Spencer, you get to do 2 in a row.
Okay. I think number 1, true polymorph.
Huge.
It's crazy and funny. It doesn't get better than that. Next,
And you can turn yourself into an incredibly high-level creature.
yeah. Next, if I'm a wizard and I'm rolling deep with my boys, me and the gang are going questing, I got to do foresight. And I'm hitting foresight on like my barbarian who's dishing out huge damage. For those who don't know what foresight does, a willing creature has a limited ability to see the immediate future. They can't be surprised. They have advantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. And additionally, other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target for the duration. It's just you get like extra insight. You're going crazy on this thing. So those are my 2.
Okay. Michael, you can take another.
All right. In the words of one of my favorite DMs to watch, what is the best kind of magic?
Chronomancy!
Chronomancy. Friendship? No. I'm going with time stop.
Time stop. Hard to
Time
mess
stop
with
is
time
big.
stop. 1d4 plus 1 turns in a row as long as they don't affect other people. Truly, truly a toughie.
It's a game changer.
All right. Back to back, I'm taking some silly nonsense. For my second pick, I'm taking the one, the only. I'm taking imprisonment. Put your enemy in a ruby and throw that ruby into the Mariana Trench. Lock that person forever in a soul jar of their own making. Capture them in their mind for all eternity. Imprisonment lets you burial. The target is entombed beneath the earth in a hollow globe of magical force. Chaining. Chains firmly rooted in the ground hold the target in place. They are restrained. Hedged prison. They're locked in a demi-plane of a sort of infinite labyrinth. Minimus containment, they become 1 inch tall and are trapped in a gemstone slumber. They are unconscious and they cannot be awoken. I mean, it's right there. It's
really
right
good.
there. It's too good. And in my secondary pick, right after imprisonment, I'm going to take, not as common, I'm going to take weird. Because it's a really interesting spell that I've never seen go off. Weird is one of the 9th level illusion spells. You try to create illusory terrors in others' minds. Each creature of your choice in a 30-foot radius sphere centered on a point within range makes a wisdom save. On a fail, they take 10d10 psychic damage, and they are frightened. On a successful save, they take half as much. A frightened target makes a wisdom save at the end of each of its turn. On its failed, it takes 5d10 more psychic damage. On a success, the spell ends. This spell lasts for 1 minute. So it's 10d10 with 5d10 persistent unless you can save on one of the concurrent wisdom saves. Except, oh wait, frightened gives you disadvantage on saves.
I know a lot of these. I've never even heard of weird.
Oh, no, it doesn't. Ability checks and attack rolls. Sorry about that. Yeah, no. Weird is, it's just a damage bomb that also makes everybody so scared. And I think it's so interesting. I wish that it was reversed with Psychic Scream. Psychic Scream is my other favorite high-level spell, because if you're killed by Psychic Scream, your head explodes.
I
think that's 8th level, though. All right, Michael, it's back to you.
I'm gonna go with What a lot of people use wish for, kind of. I'm going true resurrection.
Okay, there we go.
Big.
Bring back anyone from 200 years ago if you can touch the body.
Pretty good.
Mm.
I'm going mass heal for number 1.
Mass
And
heal's
number
huge.
2, I gotta go with prismatic wall. Making somebody walk through, I believe, 7 layers of different damage and bad shit is just hilarious.
It
Sorry,
hurts.
I'm reading mass heal.
Yeah.
It's strong.
700 HP divided among any number of creatures.
Mm.
We're talking like miracle levels. If a town is being destroyed by an enemy army and you just mass heal the citizenry, like that's crazy. That's how you become a saint in D&D.
Now, I do think that Prismatic Wall is actually the spell with the highest damage potential in Dungeons and Dragons. I think that if you can
it
force a
sounds right
creature-
because each level is insane.
it is, fun fact, Prismatic Wall is based on Prismatic Spray, and Prismatic Spray is based on a spell from the Jack Vance's Dying Earth series called like Incredible Colorful Spray that just instantly killed anybody it affected. Like,
So funny.
one of the many bizarre spells of that world. I might not be remembering that perfectly. Get in the comments. All right, Michael, it's back to you. We're running out.
We are. Seeing as I got power word kill, I'm gonna go with power word heal. Keep that combo together.
Powerful. I'm in. Power word heal.
Yeah, it just it takes away everything. It gets rid of charm, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned, stunned. You got a debuff on yet? Gone.
I love this. The target regains all its hit points, and then the last sentence, the funniest sentence I've ever read. If the creature has the prone condition, it can use its reaction to stand up. This spell ends the fucking prone condition.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It's too good. Power word. We need more power words, guys.
I want to see somebody role play getting powered healed to get out of prone. Like, I just want to see somebody role play that.
You float flashed in arcane energy and you stand upright. That's all I do. I'm done.
I'm gonna give it to the ultimate, the kidnapping spell, Gate.
I was gonna do Gate next.
The spell that snatches you from any corner of existence and tosses you into whatever room a sadistic wizard wants, and then everyone's favorite, the logical follow-up, you grab the creature, you put it in the same room as you. What do you do when you want to send a terrible spell its way, do terrible damage that is not direct to sender, but instead is addressed to whom it may concern? Meteor Swarm.
Yeah. I'm surprised it took this long for Meteor Swarm to come up.
Meteor Swarm
I'm surprised.
it's because Meteor Swarm does 20d6 fire damage and 20d6 bludgeoning damage to targets in like a 900-foot. Sorry, yeah, that's right. Each creature in a 40-foot radius sphere centered on each of those points. How many points? 4 points. What's the range of those points? A mile. What the fuck? Why? All right. So all we have left at this point, we have astral projection, we have shape change, and we have storm of vengeance.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I must have glossed over Storm of Vengeance. I haven't seen that one yet. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm taking Storm of Vengeance. This is crazy. Here, I'll read it out. Storm radius. Radius of 300 feet.
Huge.
So it's a whole warfield gone. You must take Constitution saving throw or take 2d6 damage. And if you fail, deafened condition. So that sucks. And then after that, on turn 2, acidic rain falls. You start taking acid damage. Turn 3, you can cast 6 lightning bolts at different targets. On turn 4, hailstones rain down, dealing bludgeoning damage in a 600-foot diameter.
Yeah, this is kind of
Mhm.
this is a battlefield clearer. This is tough.
Turns 5 through 10. This is a 10-turn spell. Gusts and freezing rain assail the area or under the cloud. Each creature takes 1d6 cold damage. And until the spell ends, the area is difficult terrain and heavily obscured. Range attacks with weapons are impossible. You cannot do range attacks.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
That's gnarly. All right. And with that,
That's gross.
Spencer, you get the last 2 spells.
Huge.
Whatever
I-
they be.
Did we do Blade of Disaster, or is that not core?
That's
not
not core.
Damn.
Let me take a peek at Blade of Disaster though.
That's a good name for like a session or a show. That's not core.
No, it's like
That's
the only
not.
bonus action ninth level spell.
It is because it is in the upcoming Forgotten Realms Heroes of Faerun adventure.
What does it do though, by the way?
I can't tell you.
I can.
There is the
Blade of
legacy version of
Disaster.
it, but I can't see it right now.
Oh, it was Tasha's. That was the original release for it. Was
Oh.
Tasha's Cauldron. One bonus action. That's why I wanted to pick it. It's the only bonus action option. You create a blade-shaped planar rift about 3 feet long in an unoccupied space you can see within range. The blade lasts for the duration. That's up to 1 minute. When you cast the spell, you can make up to 2 melee spell attacks with the blade, each one against a creature, loose object, or structure within 5 feet of the blade. On a hit, the target takes 4d12 force damage. The attack scores a critical hit if the number on the d20 is 18 or higher. On a crit, the blade deals an extra 8d12 force damage for a total of 12d12 force damage. As a bonus action on your turn, you can move the blade up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see and then make up to 2 melee spell attacks with it again. The blade can
Yikes.
harmlessly pass through any barrier, including a wall of force.
Not getting pursued by a T-1000 style time knife that's just chasing you through all of eternity.
So that's our snake draft. I feel like my wizard will get up to hijinks.
True polymorph, foresight, mass heal, prismatic wall. Yeah, bud,
Yeah.
you got quite the display. Michael's has power word kill, time stop, true resurrection, power word heal, and storm of vengeance. Michael is a lich.
Yeah, I was thinking a
yeah.
lich or like a war mage.
And I have wish, imprisonment, weird gate, and meteor swarm. Maybe
You're a real wizard. You're on
Yeah.
some wizard shit.
I'm on some wizard shit over here. I'm on some I am Vandariel of the Wilds. Yeah, I'm here to dispense missions and help you reduce your carbon emissions. What's up? I don't know where that came from. Somewhere in there.
That's
It's
fresh.
late.
Put it on a shirt.
Thank you all so much for tuning in to this episode of DM Writer's Room. You stole a couple of extra minutes from us, you lucky sons of guns. Our deeply, truly terrifying and horrifying and scary Halloween series comes to a close today. I know this was tough on your heart rate monitors. Those of you who wore a pacemaker probably got an alert during today's session. Let's see. We
Sorry
had
about
2
that.
Halloween episodes, and in one of them we came up with the 9 gods of horses of a world that we haven't come up with yet that now we have to come up with. And then in the second one we came up with a whimsical bone skeleton who lives in a bone tower that you have to fight so that you can keep him from killing people to sustain his woodworking collection. I've got the goosebumps right now just thinking about it. Ooh. Spencer, did they just catch the finale, or are they about to?
No, they're about to.
They're about to. Do we have a date?
Probably up tomorrow. It's I would say tomorrow night. Be prepared for the final episode to be released.
Yes, Spencer, working over that hot stove, had to take a minor delay there, but the Prince of Charming is right around the corner. The finale! Come on, pour one out for your boys. I can tell you right now, it is full of thrills. It is full of chills. And it's Halloween adjacent, if memory serves. I don't know where it picks up in that spiel, because that was like a 5-hour session that you're cutting up into pieces. But I'll be interested to see where it does. There is more to be enjoyed, and maybe at some point in the kind of distant future, you'll be able to hear a little bit more from the crew of that particular land. Who can say? Who can say? We have a lot of very fun projects coming up. I'm very excited to see how they go. Thank you all so much for watching. We will catch you on the next one. Peace out.